The Mapmaker's Wife. Episode 2. The dance had ended in laughter. Maggie found herself slightly breathless as she and Alasdair stepped away from the crowded floor, weaving between couples returning to their seats. Someone pressed 2 enamel mugs of tea into their hands, and they found a quieter corner near one of the tall windows where the glass had fogged over from the warmth inside. Outside, darkness had settled over the harbour. The lamps along the waterfront shimmered in the rain, their reflections stretching across the wet cobblestones like ribbons of gold. Inside, the fiddlers launched into another lively reel. "I warned you I'd tread on your feet," Maggie said, smiling over the rim of her mug. "You did," he said. "I think I proved my point," she said. Alasdair looked down thoughtfully. "I counted," he said. "You counted?" she asked. "You stepped on my foot twice," he said. She stared at him. "You counted," she said again. "You stepped on your own dress 4 times, he said. She laughed. "I did not," she said. "You did," he said. "And you were keeping track?" she asked. "I notice things," he said. "Clearly," she said. His smile widened, faintly embarrassed by his own honesty. "I wasn't judging," he said. "I know," she said. They stood comfortably in silence for a moment, listening to the scrape of dancing shoes against the polished floorboards. "So," Maggie asked, "where exactly did you say you were from?" "Inverurie," he said. "I've never been," she said. "You should," he said. "You're biased," she said. "That's true," he said. He leaned one shoulder against the wall, considering. "It's not dramatic," he said. "No mountains?" she asked. "Not immediately," he said. "No castles?" she asked. "There are some," he said. She raised an eyebrow. "Some?" she asked. "A few," he said. She laughed. "You make it sound terribly ordinary." He looked genuinely puzzled. "It is ordinary." "And that's your sales pitch?" she asked. "It's home," he said. Something in the simplicity of the answer caught her attention. Most people she knew, especially when they were young, spoke about leaving home. Escaping it. Finding somewhere grander or faster or more exciting. Alasdair spoke about home as though it were something precious because it was familiar. "I can't picture it," she admitted. "No?" he asked. She shook her head. "I've heard the name, but..." She searched for the words. When people describe places, they usually say things like "it's lovely" or "there's a beautiful river." That doesn't tell me very much. His eyes brightened. "No," he said. Without another word, he glanced around the refreshment table until he spotted a stack of unused paper napkins. He picked one up. Then he reached into the inside pocket of his tweed jacket and withdrew a fountain pen. Maggie blinked. "You carry a pen everywhere." "I've learned to," he said. "For maps?" she asked. "For ideas," he said. She watched as he smoothed the napkin against the table. His movements became noticeably different. Slower. More deliberate. His shoulders relaxed. The noise of the ceilidh seemed to fall away. He touched the pen to the paper. "This," he said quietly, "is the River Don." A single flowing line appeared across the napkin. Not hesitant. Certain. He added another road. "This road comes in from Aberdeen." Another line curved gracefully toward a cluster of small squares. The Market Square. His pen moved with astonishing confidence. Not once did he pause to think. Not once did he erase. Buildings emerged in neat little shapes. The church. The railway. A bridge. The old school. A row of cottages. Each seemed to arrive exactly where it belonged. Maggie found herself leaning closer. "You aren't guessing?" "No," he said. "You actually remember all of this?" she asked. "I walked it often," he said. He added a tiny rectangle. "Our house." She looked up. "So that's where you grew up?" He nodded. "My mother always planted lavender along this wall." He indicated a short line beside the house. "You could smell it before you reached the gate." A second line appeared. "There was a sycamore here." Another. "The baker's." Another. "Mr. Ferguson kept pigeons behind this shed." He smiled faintly. They were louder than the church bells. The village wasn't just appearing. It was coming alive. Every building carried a memory. Every corner held a story. Maggie realized he wasn't drawing streets. He was drawing relationships. You've even remembered where individual trees stood. They mattered, he said. Did they? She asked. They told me where I was, he said. His answer came so naturally that it took her a moment to understand it. What do you mean? She asked. When you're little. He searched for the right words. You don't really know distances. She nodded. You know places because of what stands beside them, he continued. He tapped the napkin gently. The ash tree meant I was nearly home. Another tap. The bridge meant I could smell the river. Another. The bakery meant I'd probably meet Mrs. McNabb sweeping her doorstep. His smile softened. The map was never only roads. Maggie looked at the tiny drawing again. It struck her that he hadn't written a single street name. He hadn't needed to. You carry all this around in your head. I suppose, he said. It must take an incredible memory, she said. He shrugged modestly. I don't think about remembering. You just do, she said. I notice, he said. She considered that. Most people noticed people. Conversations. Clothes. Faces. Alasdair noticed places. Not because they were useful. Because they were part of someone's life. He added one final detail. A tiny curved line just outside the village. What's that? She asked. A footpath, he said. It doesn't seem very important, she said. It was, he said. He smiled to himself. I used to take it whenever I wanted to think. You thought a great deal, she asked. I still do, he said. She looked at him over the edge of the napkin. I imagine you spend half your life wandering, she said. The other half drawing where I wandered, he said. She laughed again. I've never met anyone who speaks about roads the way other people speak about friends. He looked genuinely surprised. Don't they? No, she said. They should, he said. She tilted her head. Why? He hesitated. The musicians began another tune behind them, but neither noticed. Because places remember us, he said. She frowned slightly. What do you mean? She asked. He rested the pen beside the napkin. If you visit somewhere once, it remembers almost nothing. She smiled. I'm fairly sure villages don't remember people. He smiled back. No. But, she said. If you walk the same road every day for years. He said. His gaze drifted toward the rain-streaked window. You begin to know where the puddles always form. He traced an invisible line on the table. You notice which gate squeaks. Another line. You know which hawthorn blooms first. And, she asked. You stop being a stranger, he said. There was something quietly profound in the way he said it. Not poetic. Simply observed. As if. Maggie began. As if the place shapes you while you're learning it, he continued. She studied him. You've thought about this before. For years, he said. And maps help you remember? She asked. He looked down at the little village he'd drawn. No, he said. She blinked. They help me see, he said. The answer lingered between them. Across the room, laughter erupted as a group of dancers missed a turn and dissolved into cheerful confusion. Someone called for more tea. The kettle whistled. Life carried on around them. Maggie barely noticed. She looked once more at the napkin. It was an ordinary thing. Thin paper already beginning to curl from the warmth of the mugs. Yet in the space of a few minutes, it had become a whole childhood. A home. A life. You'll throw this away, she said. I usually do, he said. You shouldn't, she said. He looked surprised. Why? Because. She searched for the reason. It feels important. He smiled. It's only a map. She met his pale green eyes. No, she said. She carefully lifted the napkin by its corners, as though it were far more fragile than paper. It's your way of saying where you've come from. For a heartbeat, he simply looked at her. Not with surprise. Not even with admiration, but with the quiet recognition of someone who had just realized another person understood a language he had never expected anyone else to speak. Then he folded the napkin with great care and slipped it back into his jacket pocket. "I think," he said softly, "I'd like to keep this one." Years later, Maggie would not remember which tune the fiddlers had been playing, what color dress Catriona had worn, or even what they had eaten that evening. But she would remember a young man standing beneath the warm lights of a village hall, drawing home from memory on an ordinary paper napkin, not to impress her, but because it was the truest way he knew to answer a simple question. "Where did you grow up?" Long before illness would one day steal his sense of direction, she had seen the remarkable certainty with which he carried the world inside him. And though neither of them could have imagined how precious that gift would become, the first map he ever drew for her would remain, in her heart, the beginning of every journey they shared. That was episode 2 of The Mapmaker's Wife. Episode 3 will be out tomorrow. If you liked this episode, please leave a like and comment your thoughts down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay updated on new episodes coming out. There'll be an episode daily from now on. Thank you for listening. Until next time.